Good coach. Congratulations.
All right, Coach, we'll start with an opening statement and take questions.
Well, I don't know where to start. I'm proud of our seniors. I'm proud that they were able to get a victory in their final game at Mikey Stadium. I think probably the message that I had for these guys at halftime speaks to the expectations that we have as a program. And I think our seniors have a lot to do with building that standard of excellence that every game we hold these guys to. I didn't feel like we were playing very good in the first half. I thought it was sloppy, and we played poorly in spots in every phase, and not as well as we're capable of playing. And I told the guys that at halftime, and frankly, I think we played like that a little bit in the second half. I don't think we played like we were capable of playing the whole time, and it's frustrating. But it's because I expect more from this football team. I know they're capable of better, and I think that really, when you talk about the program in general and the changes that have been made, that's a big change. The expectation is not only is to win, but it's to play the best we can play. And so I think a lot of that has to do with the investment that these seniors have made and the leadership they've provided. I think they've created that culture in our program, within our team. And so I'm proud of those guys. And I'm glad they were able to get a victory here. But we talked after the football game about the importance of focusing on the next one. And we played in 3 weeks in the biggest football game. I don't know if there's a bigger football game. I guess other people involved in other rivalries would claim that theirs is the best. But I don't know a bigger football game. And so we got to get ourselves prepared to play the best we can play. And we didn't do that today. We haven't done that the last couple of times out. And I know we're capable of better. I've seen us do it. And so hopefully we'll get ourselves prepared to do that. So excited about this opportunity to go play a very good Navy team and play in a great rivalry. And the signs are up all year long. We finally get to talk about it.
Coach, just want to ask you about the offense. Certainly a high-performance game today. How did you feel the offensive line played, and how did you feel Ahmad Bradshaw did leading the offense?
Hard to evaluate just standing there watching it. I'll get a chance to watch the film later this evening and get into it with the staff tomorrow and then be able to talk with the team about it. There were times I know we blocked them well. We popped out of there. We got the edge knocked down a couple of times and had some good pitch plays. But far too many times we weren't getting yards inside with the B-back and probably needed to. Just weren't getting pushed on double teams inside the read key, or letting guys fall off of blocks, or not getting the linebackers, getting the backside cut off. So there's things we're going to need to improve on a whole bunch before we play the next team.
How did you feel about the play of your fullbacks? Certainly Darnell and Andy made plays today. How did you feel about getting the dive play back in the offense effectively?
They ran hard. I know those guys had some big collisions in there, and they broke a few tackles and popped out of there a couple of times. Darnell popped out of there a few times, and Cole Masick had some long runs. But give Morgan State credit. There's some tough slugging in there for a little while, and it wasn't just one play after the other. We were ripping off. We had to work for those yards, so they did a good job defending us.
Go ahead, Joe.
Coach, congrats on the win, first of all. I know you're immediately shifting your focus over to Navy. Do you have any initial thoughts on being bowl eligible for the first time in your tenure here?
Well, it's as the bowl eligible stuff goes, we're gonna have to wait and see on that. We don't have any control at this point. And we'll see what happens 2 Saturdays or Sundays from now when they get together and decide. And hopefully they'll see us as a team that's worthy to play in the postseason. Certainly that's a goal of ours as a program, to play in the postseason. And I think it's a measuring stick for success for everybody that plays at this level. So it'd be great to have that opportunity. Right now we can't do anything about that. We have no control over getting in at this point. We can't worry about another game if there is one. We got one game in the world right now, and that's the Army-Navy game, the greatest rivalry in college football.
In this senior class that you got here, what have they meant not only to the team, but to you in coming in when they were freshmen and really kind of being able to take ownership of them and kind of give and take with those guys and see them go out?
When we arrived as a staff, they were going into the spring of their freshman year. So, or going in spring, they were in the spring of their freshman year, entering their sophomore season. And so they were young in the program and had, I think, really, they're very, I don't know what's the word, impressionable at that point. I think they were ready to accept whatever it was we were bringing as a staff, and to make it their own, and try to do everything we asked of them. And I think these guys have. These guys that have stuck it out and are here with us are a bunch of tough guys. They care about this team. They care about each other, and I think so much of what I said at the beginning of the press conference here about the culture of this program has to do with them, the investment they've made, and the high standards that they've held everybody else to, led by example.
Thank you.
Coach, how much confidence do you think Blake Wilson got making that field goal today?
No, I don't know. I hope he's confident. He's got a good enough leg to make the kicks. He kept his head down all the way through the kick and followed through, and that's how you do it. And it's fundamentals. So I was proud of him for going out there and knocking it through. We did a good job protecting, and we're going to need to make field goals. So it's been a little frustrating the last couple of weeks, not hitting some of those kicks, but it was a good kick for him.
Can you talk about the fullbacks and the way maybe they responded in the second half and were able to get those yards that you wanted inside?
I think everybody played better in the second half. It's not, it wasn't as good as I wanted it to be, or I thought it should be. But and I think they feel the same way. I think our guys recognize, they're not sitting there saying, "What are you talking about, Coach? What do you mean? Don't you see the scoreboard?" They know we're capable of playing better, not making some of those silly mistakes, and so I think everybody played better in the second half. Tried to do their job better, and it wasn't just the fullbacks. They needed some help from everybody else too.
Coach, the defense wasn't on the field, it seemed like a lot today, but they were making plays. Alex Ackerman had a tackle for loss, so did Andrew King and John Boyd. Were you pleased with the defense, the way they were able to get themselves off the field most of the time today?
I did. We had, in the first half, they had the ball a heck of a lot longer than we had. I think it was 17 minutes and some change to 12 minutes and some change, and they controlled the football in the first half. Though the score wasn't indicative of that. In the second half, we controlled the ball. I think overall, I looked at it, I think we had the ball more than them. We did. So we had 31 minutes. So we had almost 20 minutes of the second half. And so that's, that was a better job of controlling the ball. We ran the ball, moved the chains. The one drive that probably I was most disappointed about, I talked to our team about it, talked to coaches about it, was when we punted the ball down the 1 yard line. They got 4 first downs, punted it to us. We fumbled a punt. They get another first down, kick a field goal. They moved the ball from the 1 yard line and got 3 points out of it. I think that was the result of the drive. You guys probably know better than me, but at that point I was biting my lip. I surprised blood wasn't running down my face. Because I hate to see that. We can play better than that. We got higher standards than that. And but I thought the defense, beyond that, did a great job. The second half, they didn't get a third down conversion. And that's a big down. That's the only down that really matters is third down. So you get them in the third down, you get them off the field. When we were in third down, we got to move the sticks. So we did better on both sides in the second half doing that.
All right. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah. I resisted asking about special teams at the end.